Today's episode, we analyze the match that was played today, between the Norwegian world champion Carlsen with the black pieces against Vincent with the white pieces, which was played in the Tata Steel Masters 2023 tournament. Vincent started the match with a d4. Carlsen knight f6 replies, choosing the Indian king defense to respond to the opening of the queen's pawn. c4. g6. Knight c3. d5 immediately hits the center and prevents his opponent from playing the expected e4. Knight f3. Bishop g7. Bishop g5 aims to trade the bishop for the knight, and capture the queen's pawn. Knight e5. Bishop f4. Knight captures knight. Pawn captures knight. c6. e3. Castling. Vincent here plays queen b3, aiming to prevent Carlsen from moving his queen's bishop. Carlsen played queen a5 pressing the pawn on c3, defending the pawn on d5 and allowing the rook to occupy the d8 square. The search engine suggests white here to trade pawns, but Vincent played bishop e2. Having to move it again, after Carlsen trades pawns, don't forget, dear viewers, that the queen should to stay on b3, in order to prevent the bishop from moving. Carlsen decided to play knight d7. Vincent plays bishop g5, threatening the pawn. Carlsen finds no escape from playing b5, to get rid of Vincent's pressure on b7's pawn, and to make chance for the deployment of his crippled queen's bishop, and to launch an attack on Vincent's queen's side, which is the move suggested by the search engine from the last move. Bishop e2. Rook e8. Castle. Knight b6. e4 tries to compensate for Carlsen's attack on the queen's side, with a counterattack on the center, aspiring to push the pawn to e5 to close the diagonal on the black bishop. Carlsen didn't give him the chance and he played bishop e6. Queen c2. Here the search engine suggests the move rook c8, placing the rook with the queen on the same file, threatening the move c5. But Carlsen played c5 upfront pawn sacrifice, but what if Vincent accepted the sacrifice? Of course, the diagonal will open for Bishop Carlsen, who will take advantage of the opportunity with a sweeping attack, and come out of it as a winner if Vincent plays the best moves as you can see, and although the search engine gives the situation a draw here, I think that Carlsen would have been able to win, as the best moves would reach it easily, while Vincent he is required to play the best move in each move, which would have consumed his energy and time, and he would have made a mistake sooner or later.
That's why Vincent refused to sacrifice and played d5. Bishop g4 here, Vincent is expected to play rook c1, which is the search engine's suggestion to unpin the c-pawn. But here he played bishop d2, perhaps he was thinking of making a discovering attack on Carlsen's queen, who played here e6, trying to get rid of the front pawn. Vincent here took 8 minutes of thinking to come up with a move that at first glance seemed to be excellent, and it is rook b1 now. The two threats are a discovering attack, and an attack on the b5 pawn, and he also unpinned the weak c-pawn, and takes the half-open file. However, it only Carlsen took 4 minutes to find the best move on the search engine that thwarted Vincent's counterattack, and it is c4 now that the c and a pawns are isolated and the c-pawn is under Carlsen's terrible pressure. Vincent continued pawn capture pawn. Carlsen returns rook captures pawn. Knight d4 bishop captures bishop knight captures bishop. a6 knight d4 rook e8 Vincent here played rook fe1, and I see that this move prevented him from counterattacking, so it was better here to play rook be1, and here he can push the f-pawn to f4, and now he can play e5 closing the diagonal on Carlsen's bishop or f5 attacking the king side. Carlsen played knight a4 and had to play rook c8, to come into play and prevent Vincent from playing knight c6 who had already played it. Queen c7, knight b4, knight c5 Carlsen threatens Vincent by seating his knight in a d3 square. Vincent fights back with the move knight d5. Carlsen had to play queen b7, to keep away from any new threat on the queen that would stop him from attacking, but he played queen c6. Vincent instead of trying again to freeze play with the move knight b4, but he played a move that caused Carlsen to lead the game, and he was in the defender position until the end. The move is bishop g5. It seems he thought he had enough compensation for the pawn that will fall now. Carlsen took advantage of the opportunity and played knight captures pawn. The search engine suggests here to Vincent rook captures knight, completing the game late with a pawn in a neutral position, but the weakness in these two pawns, I think is too much for Vincent to bear while playing the world champion. But Vincent played knight e7 check, thinking that getting Carlsen's rook was enough compensation. Rook captures knight. Bishop captures rook. Knight captures pawn. Rook c1. Now Carlsen begins to invest his numerical advantage with pawns and starts crawling with move a5. Bishop g4, b4, bishop d2, rook d8. Carlsen is late getting that rook into the match. h4. Vincent tries to relieve the pressure on the queen side, by launching a counterattack on the king side. Rook d3, h5. Carlsen accepts the sacrifice. Vincent plays the move suggested by the search engine, bishop captures knight. But after bishop captures bishop, who does not complete the idea suggested by the search engine, which is a wonderful offer of sacrifice with the move rook e5, attacking the a and h pawns. If Carlsen accepts it, Vincent completes queen captures a rook.
And then completes the following analysis with equal position. But Vincent here played queen e2, trying to win back his pawn. Let Carlsen defend the weak rank 5 by moving queen d5 away from being on the same file with the rook. Queen e8 check and makes room for the rook to move on the same file. King g7. Rook e3 exhibiting trading with two rooks. h6, leaving the matter in the hands of Vincent, who played queen e4, insisting on exchanging pieces. Here is Carlsen before trading the queens, which is the move that the search engine favored queen d4. To bring the figure to the view that you see, with the superiority of 2 pawns to Carlsen in the end, any of the players can achieve what Carlsen wants to win, and Vincent to draw. But Carlsen is here, and as we have previously mentioned, he traded the queens, forcing him to leave the pawn and compensated by pushing the b-pawn. Vincent takes the c-pawn, then after the capture pawn, plays rook a4 to defend the promotion square. Carlsen replied by promoting his pawn to a queen, of course, and after the exchange, Carlsen becomes superior with 2 pawns, but he has 2 pawns on the same file, so that the search engine gives him superiority with 1 pawn, but here the genius of the current world champion always appears. Rook d5 to defend the passing pawn. Rook a4 here is a beautiful move that has 2 reasons. It prevents Carlsen from pushing the h-pawn, then he puts the rook behind it and pushes it until it gets rid of it, so that his supremacy with 2 pawns becomes realistic and practical on the board and not just by number, and it also blocks the king and prevents Carlsen from activating it. King f6 seeks to activate the king. King f1 aims to activate the king as well. The search engine sees here rook e5 to prevent the king from going to the side of the queen is better, but Carlsen has another opinion and he played king e6 now. Does he want to go with his king to the side of the queen to support the passing pawn? But it is only a maneuver. King e2. Rook f5. He did not prevent the king from approaching the queen's suite, rather he invites him to go there. I think that Vincent made sure here that Carlsen challenges him to go there. He is mentally manipulating him now, so Vincent refused to go through that experience and decided to stay with his king, so the pawn will not develop on anyway. Play f3. King d3. Vincent tried to stop Carlsen from activating his king by moving rook c4. But Carlsen responded by inviting him to trade the 2 rooks with the move rook c5. Of course, it does not need to be explained. Trading the 2 rooks means losing the match immediately. It looks like Vincent was ready for the move as he only took seconds to play rook f4, threatening the pawn at that delicate time in the game. The search engine suggested here king d6, but first Carlsen threatened the king with the move rook e5. King d3. King d6 defending pawn. Vincent didn't seem to find anything to play, so he decided to wait and play rook a4. King f6. Rook f4 check. King g6.
Rook a4. Now we made sure that Vincent have not any ideas, so he decided to wait, and freeze the situation, which is something that is common in such endings. You are superior and you are the world champion, so show me and show the world if you deserve that title. In fact, Carlsen will do that with patience and pleasure. Rook g5 threatens the pawn. Rook a2 defending it, and for another reason. It is called Simslaw's rules at the ends of rooks and pawns. When you want to freeze the situation, put your rook in that far corner and wait, but according to Simslaw's rule that pawn should not be here so that you can at the right time threaten the king. Rook e5 isolates the king again. a4. f6. Here, Dear viewers of the Board and Fire channel, Vincent had a move that ensured that he would continue to struggle to escape defeat. You can pause the video for a moment and look for it. Yes, dear viewers, the move is f4, and we present to you the analysis that you see for the search engine, with a completely neutral position and moves that are easy to reach.
But instead Vincent played g3. For Carlsen to gain immediate supremacy, according to the search engine, with the move g5. Even after Vincent played the best move according to the search engine, king e3. Carlsen would gladly accept the exchange of pawns. Here, I think that Vincent wanted to open the way for the rook to attack the king from behind, according to the Smyslov defense rule, which we have already explained. But Carlsen was ready and played h4, now Carlsen's king has a place to hide if Vincent tries to attack him. This is what happened after Vincent played rook a8, where Carlsen replied king h5. Even the move recommended by the search engine as first choice king f2 did not save Vincent's position. Where Carlsen responded with rook g6. Rook a5 check to gain more time. Rook g5. Rook a3. h3. f4 more desperate moves, the queen is coming. So Vincent gave up after the move rook g2 check. The search engine gives checkmate in 25 moves as you can see. I hope you liked the video. Do not forget to support us by pressing the like button, and to subscribe to the channel and wait for more of our videos. Bye.